Welcome. So I'll show you. I'm sure you will all know what I'm talking about, right? But for some people, they might not understand. So, and there'll be something in here. There's something in every post and everything that you watch. There's something for you. So, this connecting, right? I'm talking about connecting nothing with nothing, right? If you don't, can't or won't connect nothing to nothing, it's boring. It limits your thoughts, and many of now, right? Many of us, when you think back, have only connected a few things at a time, and then, and even then, we put it down to coincidence, luck, or you're a witch. Do you know what I mean? We just discarded it. Um, And so what's happening is now many can, will, or are connecting many things. Um, you know what I mean? You can get from your Auntie Frida slapping your hysterical face when you when you're electrocuted, right? To Tesla and beyond, while at the same time connecting that you understand why you run away from your mum when you're hurt because they smack you because you frightened them. So this is joining up with the ups and downs one I just did the other day, right? Just before you go into hermit mode. And this is what you do in hermit mode, right? Apart from healing, you're going into the darks, you're connecting things, and you will start to recognize um, that you're not watching these things. You're not it doesn't matter what it doesn't have to be on telly, but I'm just talking about something like that, right? you you're not watching in the same way anymore. You're not listening, watching, or interpreting it. You know what I mean? You got totally different perspective by the way that your outlook now. Do you know what I mean? And you'll start to realize, like, obviously now it's happened to me so many times on the on that particular the new moons, right? That I'll be ready for it next time. I'll know, you know what I mean? I'll know the signs if I'm going into it. But don't forget these hermit modes. They can be instantaneously. You know the answers that you need with these synchronizations that you get. Or messages, however you get them, or they can take a lot of time to join up. But what I'm saying is, like, for instance, like there I just mentioned, and I've mentioned before about getting bloody electrocuted, and it made me think, and I thought, why was I? I was only tiny. I was only a toddler. Was I in a house and I went there twice, and you held these two handles, and you got a little shock, right? What? Why was I even in that house? Why was that? Why was I being allowed to get shocked? I mean, when I look back on it, and this is, I've always been electrocuted. I've always been electrocuted. You know what I mean? Even off shops set, shops shelves and stuff like that, and people. And some of these people don't even feel it. It's just you that feel it, isn't it? And you don't understand why they can't see. You can quite plainly see the arc, can't you? And then here we have it. Okay, the Ark of the Covenant, right? Now, without going into great big details of what this message meaning, which is a lot of is we need grounding, and from what I know of the Ark of the Covenant, right, it's that had that maybe them the four people who carried it, they had to ground it. We ground everything. What we do in the ethers, we bring down, we manifest and ground into the earth. We're transformers and transforming. Do you know what I mean? It's like this is where this hermit mode does to you. It makes you look at all these things, and in that ark, apart from the commandments, which we all know, without them being written down, right? It's a universal law that we all know and we can all feel what is right or wrong. And there's a rod of power in there, and it makes me think, just like other people, that this was something that they didn't know this was alien technology. That rod of power was technology, and they were grounding it, and it made the mill. So it's, what kind of technology is that? But that's not where I'm going, right? Where I'm being led with this is, and whilst being down here, thinking about it, there's also about a message that keeps coming up and confirming about not trusting digital media. And the other thing that I know about, which always comes to mind with the Ark of the Covenant, is the walls of Jericho are coming down. And so the walls of Jericho, to me, is the media. That's what's coming down. That's what's going to happen, right? And I think it's about, obviously, it's about free electricity. It's all going to be brought to light. You know, I think the pylons are just collecting it. They're just quite simply connected it, and they're just catching it. It is free, but it's. I know this took a little bit of time. This is what happens, but it can happen instantly. And what we do, what I tend to do in Han, when I click on, when I'm in it, yeah, I tend to go, okay, then what do you want to show me? And like, just show me. You know what I mean? And the show begins because you're open to it. You're in receiving mode, and you just say, "Show me," and that's why we talk of the hermit bringing things to the light. And basically, that's it. Hermit mode is not always a comfortable place to be. There's you are in the dark with some of the things, and but it's the most informative, because connecting nothing to nothing felt so empty, don't you think, now when you think about it? It is so empty to connect nothing to nothing.